morning, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Guys, on this episode, I want to debunk something with receipts and facts. You guys obviously saw the heading and you're like, really? Uncle P can debunk this? I can debunk anything. You see, what you don't realize is the thing about lies is that the truth is always wandering around, and eventually the truth will outshine and show evidence of its truth. And a lot of people accuse South Africa of being the crime capital of Africa, of the world. Well, let's see if that is true.
Top 10 African cities with the highest number of criminals. Make sure not only watch this video, but also send it to your friends. Number 10 on the list, we have Casablanca in Morocco. Number 9 on the list, we have Nairobi in Kenya. Number 8 on the list, we have Harare in Zimbabwe. Wow, okay. Number 7 on the list is Windhoek in Namibia. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But if you are from Namibia,
you pronounced that incorrectly. It's Windhoek. And secondly, why was this surprised with Zimbabwe? I don't know which culture or which country he's from, but I'm going to assume it's Zimbabwe, just from the fact that he was shocked that Zimbabwe actually placed 8th.
let me know on the comment section, because I have never seen a Namibian committing a crime. I mean, I have never seen it. So number 6 on the...
He said, if you're in Namibia, please let me know, because he has never seen a Namibian commit a crime. Yet Namibia is on number 7. Guys, just keep listening and I'll explain to you guys.
The list is Lagos in Nigeria. Well, Nigeria never surprised me at all. It's a big country. Number 5 on the list is Cape Town.
Nigeria didn't surprise him at all because it's a big country. Not because they are criminals and they are known for this, just because they're a big country. China is a big country. How many Chinese criminals do you know? Let's continue to listen.
In South Africa. Number 4 on the list is Port Elizabeth, which is also in South Africa. Like South Africa is leading in crime rate in Africa. Okay. So number 3 on the list is Johannesburg.
So he says 2 cities and immediately concludes that South Africa is leading in crime rate in Africa. That was his conclusion. Okay. So I'm going to assume you already knew this list. You already knew what the outcome of this list is going to be. Because you can't just conclude like that, because technically you shouldn't know number 2 and number 1. But let's listen.
Which is also in South Africa. Number 2 on the list is Durban, which is also in South Africa. Okay. So what do you guys think?
Durban, Durban, Durban.
Think number 1 will be? Which country in Africa? Let me know on the comment section. So number 1 on the list is Pretoria, which is also a city in South Africa. So which means, as a South African.
So one of the mistakes is list. This is why I always say, guys, you need to be careful when you listen to nonsense from the internet. So you notice he said Port Elizabeth, Cape Town, Durban. Then he says Pretoria. Okay, guys. What's the difference between... The reason why I'm putting these descriptions of Johannesburg, Port Elizabeth, and Pretoria is because I think this guy, his list is nonsense. So he took Cape Town and Durban, which are provinces in South Africa, which I am showing through this graph. And then he took cities in Gauteng and other provinces and added it to his list. How is that fair? Other countries, he took provinces, 1 province per country, and then in South Africa, he took 2 provinces, and then he took 3 cities in order to make South Africa look like it's top 5. South Africa is 9 provinces. 9. I've put the map here. This is, see, that's why I always say, guys, be careful on when you listen to content and you believe nonsense. Not everything is factual. Unless they can literally put the evidence the way I'm putting evidence. Facts, evidence. That's what we listen to. Otherwise, just propaganda. Let's continue with the show. What's the difference between all those cities and Pretoria? Pretoria is in Gauteng. He didn't say Johannesburg, he said Pretoria, not Gauteng the province, but Pretoria specifically. Okay.
How do you feel that from number 1 to number 5, all these cities are in South Africa with the highest number of criminals? Do you think South African government should do more to fight crimes?
Do we think South African government should do more to fight crimes? That is his question. I would love to answer you, my brother. I would love to answer you. Now, before I answer him, let the stats answer him.
The chairperson of the Parliament's Correctional Services Portfolio Committee here in South Africa says they're shocked at the number of foreigners in South African prisons. Chairperson Anthea Ramolabeng says in some facilities, the number of foreigners outnumber South African inmates, including in juvenile facilities.
When we went to Paviansport, where around 525 male offenders who are incarcerated in that facility. Out of the 525, 400 are foreign nationals.
Out of the 525, 400 are foreign nationals. Do you want to understand why South Africa is just a high crime rate? It's because of you foreigners. You see, this is the one thing that they will never tell you. You see, when South Africa is accused of being an HIV republic, as South Africans not complaining, I've said this before, as South Africans not complaining that Zimbabweans are overtaking their clinics, that they can't even get services at their clinics because it's overcrowded with foreigners. So when I tell you guys that it is foreigners that are doing this crime, people come here and start going, yeah, but well, South Africans are not perfect. Out of 525, 125 are South Africans, 400 are foreigners. You see, the damage that foreigners are causing in South Africa is so massive. And when South Africa puts the stats out there of poverty, of crime, of HIV, they don't tell you which nationalities. They group everyone into one and say South Africa is a crime state, but forgetting that the criminals are actually foreigners. When over 6,000 Mozambican criminals escape their prisons and they start jabbering into South Africa, what do you think will happen? Now, one more thing. Go back to the video where this guy is naming all the areas, and you'll notice whether it's Cape Town, Pretoria, Port Elizabeth, those areas or cities are full of foreigners, and a specific group of foreigners. If not Nigerians, Zimbabweans, or Mozambicans, these three nationalities. And they are known for most of the crimes being done in South Africa. Let's continue to listen. I just wanted to debunk South Africa being a crime state. There is the evidence there. So nobody must come here and say, hey, you are trying to make South Africans look perfect. No. They went to the prisons and they noticed that the prisons in South Africa mostly have foreign nationals in them. That means majority of the crime is being committed by foreign nationals. I'm just bringing the evidence.
So only 125 were South Africans.
Ramolabeng said as of March 2024, the department had incarcerated 22,612 foreigners, with 690 serving life sentences.
Imagine 22,000 plus foreigners arrested with 690 serving life sentences. That 690 that are serving life sentences are being fed by the taxpayers' money, and South Africans are the ones that are going to have to suffer the burden of those expenses. You see, it is easy, even for Muzungus, to make content exposing South Africa as a crime state, because when you speak of crime, you associate it with black people.
These are currently the most dangerous areas in South Africa. These stats come from the latest SAPS crime report and is based on the number of reported crimes every day. At number 7 is Roodepoort, Gauteng with 20.7 crimes a day. At number 6...
Anyone that knows Roodepoort is mostly an Afrikaans neighborhood. And they mostly hire foreigners, Zimbabweans, Mozambicans, Malawians, for cheap labor. Anyone that knows Roodepoort. So who are causing the crimes in Roodepoort?
Is Park Road, Free State with 20.9 crimes reported. In 5th place is Phoenix, KwaZulu-Natal, which is 21 crimes reported a day.
Phoenix, we all know about the massacre. The name just slipped my tongue. I'm sure you guys are going to put it in the comments for those of you that watch all the full video. Indians. And who do they usually hire for cheap laborers? Not South Africans. Let's keep listening.
4th is Mitchell's Plain, Cape Town with 22.6 crimes reported a day. In 3rd place,
Mitchell's Plain, Cape Town, Muzungus. And who do they hire for cheap? Guys, listen, I can do this the whole day. Can you see the areas that are being named? It is not black South African neighborhoods. Maybe I might be wrong. Let's watch.
Place is Durban CBD with 23.3 crimes. In 2nd place is
Durban, another neighborhood that is clustered, influxed, overpopulated by Indians and white people. He didn't say KZN, he said Durban.
Joburg CBD with 23.5 crimes a day. And the area
Johannesburg CBD, didn't say Johannesburg, it says CBD specifically. And anyone that has gone to CBD, every business there, if it's not Nigerians, Pakistanis, Somalians, Zimbabweans, Malawians, Mozambicans, basically foreigners.
with the most reported crime in the whole of South Africa by far is Cape Town CBD, which averages at 30.7 every day.
Cape Town CBD, another area that is a large number of foreigners. Guys, listen. You can argue me all you want, unlike other YouTubers here that just speak without bringing facts, without bringing video evidence, they just bring random stats. I bring the evidence. You see, South Africa has all the rights to fight the way they are fighting for this nation, and to argue the way they are arguing for this nation. Because for anyone that has lived in this country, they'll tell you, South Africa are very soft-spoken people. They're very calm people. If you are seeing them getting angry and acting out of character, it's because they are hurtful. They are tired. They want their country back. They want their peace back. They want their silence back. They are tired of having to go to Cape Town to the beach, and there's Lagos right there, an area called Lagos where you can't even go because there's prostitution, there's drugs. Even the police are afraid to go there because these individuals have money and they have crook officers in their pockets. South Africans are tired of not being able to go to Breeze, small street, because they're getting robbed by Zimbabweans and Mozambicans left and right and center. They are tired of not being able to go to Sunnyside, Rosentinville, Germiston. I can name so many areas. And the reason for this is because of foreigners. You call South Africa Nyope addicts and all these other names, but you forget that the individual, and you know, somebody even says, who's forcing them to take it? Wow. You know, I don't like entertaining ignorant comments, so I just left that comment there. But guys, the reality is foreigners are a problem in South Africa. And this new stats of the prisons has proven that foreigners are a problem in South Africa. And 9 out of 10 chances, if they have to bring out the stats of gender-based violence and rape and everything else by nationality, I bet you South Africa, the owners of the country, will be the minority. I'm your boy Uncle P. Guys, am I blowing smoke? Am I kissing South Africans' booties? Or am I speaking facts because I brought evidence? I'm your boy Uncle P. Good morning, because this is a 5 a.m. episode. Damn, consistency is key. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.